My name is Remi Dairo. My friends call me Mr. Productivity. I'm the president of the Institute of Productivity and Business Innovation Management in Africa. Presently, I am in Texas, Houston, to be precise, in America. And I'm here, some projects, some work here in America. And then I am, representing Africa. And then I am passionate about Africa, passionate about productivity, passionate about development and progress. So I'm excited to be on your program today. And I'm so glad to share some of my thoughts in line with some of the questions you'll be bringing to me. I'm sure you did not give me any question before. So that means I'm going to be on my toes answering your questions.
Hello and welcome to Obehi podcast. I'm your host, Obehi A14. And I strongly believe that everyone has a story to share. Now let's get started into this episode. Thank you. Actually, here we're not like question and answer. We're just having a good time talking about something that matters to us. All right, now let's start with you, because I should see somewhere written on the frame. Everyone has a story, which means we're actually focusing on the people. We are focusing on you. So we are taking some time to look at you, where you are coming from, what you do, your interests, and how some people can benefit from you. All right, now tell me, Remi, were you born in Texas or in Nigeria? Let's have a little background about you.
Okay, I was born in Abeokuta, Ogun State, Nigeria. So I was born in Nigeria, Africa, to be precise. I'm working on a working visa or working status in the US presently.
All right, Mr. Productivity, that is what you call yourself. That is really very important, though.
Because very interestingly, channels in Nigeria, TVC, Punch newspaper, Guardian newspaper, they all refer to me as Mr. Productivity. And then over time, it became my alias. And then people just say, oh, alias, Mr. Productivity and all that. So it's all about what the media called me.
Tell me a little bit about your early childhood growing up. Because usually, we don't stay where we were born sometimes because the world is big. We don't need to stay in the little square where we were born. But let's try to understand you a little bit more from that end. So you were growing up in Abeokuta. What was your kind of trajectory? I mean, what were you seeing in the future ahead of you? When you were, say, maybe like 15 or 10, yeah.
I had a very funny background because my mother was married to my dad as a second wife. And then my dad had 3 wives. So his name is, it's late now, Alhaji Bashir Fadairo, right? And then as a Muslim, she had right to marry, more than one wife, right? So she married my mom, and then there's a lot of issues. I didn't know that. I think I was very young. And then my mother took me away from my dad when I was 3 months old. So I was raised by my grandmother in Abeokuta. And then, so when I woke up in life, the person I knew to be my mother was my grandmother, because I was young. I was a baby. And my mother went to remarry. Right. And then when my mother comes to the house, I call her by the name they call her. I didn't know I was the person that they are calling, I say, mommy something. I don't want to tell you that. So I was the person, but I didn't know. So I was also calling mommy this, mommy that, mommy this. I didn't know it was me. And by the time I knew she was my mom, I was thinking she was like an auntie, or just somebody just come to greet my grandma and all that. Anyway, so, we started bonding. And then my mother took me to my stepdad, who became my dad, and then who is a Christian. And I became a Christian through, going to church from that henceforth and all that. And then my mother gave birth to other children, in that family, and I was part of that family. So I grew up in that family too. But that did not disconnect me from my dad's family, and a great family, a wonderful family like that. I see my dad, I go there. I mean, those days before he passed on to glory. So that's how my background. So I had what you can call a broken, I came from a broken home, so to say. But you know what? That did not break my destiny. That did not break the agenda of God for my life. That did not break, my plan, the plan that God has for me. And then that was not an excuse for me not to be able to achieve things. And so some people say, well, I came from a broken home. That's why I'm suffering this. I mean, everybody went through one thing or the other, but you know what? What is important is achieving at the end of all the hurdles and all the story, is to say, we thank God today, things are getting better.
Actually, things will always get better. Anyway, if you look at it from another angle, it means that you come from a lot of opportunity also, because you have your biological family, then you have also the extended one. So it means you have opportunity to learn also from both ends. No, yeah. I get what you're talking about, and that is also very interesting. So, how did you begin to form your idea about productivity and business? No, because not everybody is a business. It's a kind of a mindset that you need to develop on your for you to be able to survive in that terrain. So, when did you begin to develop this idea?
So when I was in university, when I was in the university, it's called I was in the only university in Nigeria. So we have two universities in Nigeria, that university and others. Anyway, I'm just joking. The University
Yeah,
of
because
Ibadan.
of course, I wanted you to explain that one because you said that at two universities, that is
I,
very interesting. So, tell me about that.
I know. So University of Ibadan and others. So other universities are one. Anyway, so I went to UI. So in UI, I was in student union. I was in faculty, student representative, department. I mean, I was so much in politics and all that, school politics. So when I left school, I joined one of the matron of our association, who was General Buba Marwa, the former governor of Lagos State, Marwa. When you hear the word Marwa, so it was my boss. It was my first boss when I left university. So, and I discovered that when I was in Abuja, I was the PR of the organization at that time. It was an aviation, it's called Albarca Airlines. So it's an aviation, company. So I saw that when it comes to office, everybody's working. When he leaves, the tools are down. I begin to ask myself question: what's happening here? So sometimes they send me to ministries of this, Ministry of Aviation, Ministry of this and that. When I get there, I see people working very much on Tuesday, Wednesday, probably Thursday. By Friday, we're already traveling, and they'll come back late on Monday. So I was asking, there's a problem in this country. There's a problem, there's a gap. The gap in the private sector, the gap in the public sector. That gap is called the gap of productivity. Nigeria would have been better. Africa would have done better if they understand the power and the mechanism of productivity that we're losing and all that. So the passion, became one. Then one day I was also having my quiet time, praying and all that, and I got inspiration. I got inspired to start what is called the School of Productivity, and that's what I started in 2007. Before it now metamorphosed into what is called what now became the Institute of Productivity and Business Innovation Management, approved by government as an institute. I mean, passion, inspiration, and action give back to what you're seeing today.
That's interesting. That was in 2007. And yeah, so you see a problem and you are trying to find a solution to it. I think that is what they call entrepreneur, no? In that you resolve a problem. So in the society where you were born, you see a problem and you are trying to provide a solution to that problem. So how has that been going with you since 2007?
Now, it's not, if I tell you it's easy, it's a lie, because even what you are doing, you know what the challenges you are facing just running your passion, especially when nobody's paying you for doing that. Initially, nobody was paying me. It was like I was on my own, and I started doing it. I started moving before I know others. I believe others joined me, and we began to believe in that concept of productivity for Nigeria, for Africa. And then before I knew it, I became an expert. I became a voice for productivity in Nigeria. And then before I mean settled down, I was invited all every nooks and cranny of of the world to speak on productivity. So it was not an easy way. It was not an easy start, but things are getting better. So men will just go and look for something to do, go and get a job, go and look for something, go and find something to do. But whereas everything I was looking for is in what I'm passionate about. So today I'm in America because of productivity. I was in UAE. I went to speak in a place called Bahrain. I was the only black man, only black, African, only black man and only African that spoke at the World Congress of Productivity all over the world. People came all over the world. I spoke there, and that's 2017, right? Then I was in the US several times to speak on productivity. I've been to Canada to speak on productivity. I've been to Kenya to speak on. I was invited by Microsoft in Kenya, to speak on productivity. I mean, I've traveled around, some parts of the world, proclaiming the gospel of productivity, because productivity is the way out of poverty for Africa. Productivity is the new, is the new normal. Is a new normal that the world needs to wake up to, because we know it, but are we really doing what really makes us? But I don't want to go there now with this question. But I tell you, I didn't start very easy, but today things are getting better.
It will always get better. I want to repeat that again. So before we go a little deeper on productivity and the company where you work just now, can you share a little light on your destination, US? Because now you are in Texas. So tell us, how did you move from Nigeria to Texas instead of maybe living in Nigeria? So share a little light on that, please.
Anyway, I've been in Nigeria. I mean, after this call, I'm still going to have another Zoom call around 3:30 a.m. Eastern here. Talking to a large number of people in Nigeria on Zoom. I mean, so the world has become a global village. You can stay in any part of the world. Your value is what is very important, right? When I was in Nigeria, I mean, my clients were in America. My clients were in the UAE and other parts of the world, in UK. I mean, I've been to the UK to speak, and I have some clients there. So what am I trying to say? The world has moved from location to the capacity that you have. So if you have a great capacity, people don't care about where you are. They are asking, how can we connect with you? So Nigeria is just another location. America is another location. It's just positioning. I did not run away. I came on a project, and this project can make me to go in and out of Nigeria, all right? At the same time, I can also decide to stay here, but that does not stop what I'm doing in Nigeria, because technology has made things easy. Technology has made, our lives so easy. I can always communicate. I can always add value to the system and then to the nation Nigeria, as the case may be. So it is just that I'm just in another part of the world, but I'm still in the same world, connected with devices of the internet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is important. That is actually important. It's the reality of the world we live in today. Through technology, we can do a lot of things. Yeah, that is true. Now, let's look a little more into productivity. Now, what does that even mean, productivity?
All right, productivity. I know if you check the dictionary, people give so many definitions to productivity. Some say productivity is about efficiency. Some say it's effectiveness. Some say it's all about getting results. Some say it's getting. I mean, too many definitions. So and they are not bad. They are good. But I'll give you a very funny definition that I have found out over the years, and it's very funny. So I say productivity is a complex word from two simple words: product, activity. Product, activity. That means any activity that leads to products. And this product might be tangible products or intangible products. That is productivity. So productivity is activity that leads to value, that leads to something that you can hold or you can exchange value for. So product, activity come together becomes productivity. That is activity that is generated that now give back to something that somebody can pay value for as a product. It could be service, it could be tangible, or it could be intangible. So Zoom that we are using today is not tangible, so to say, but this is productivity, right? Because we are using a tool of productivity. All right. The phone I'm using right now is productivity because it's a product of some activity that's now called iPhone. So there must be activity, and the activity must result to product. Now, let me blow your mind. Any activity that does not result to product is a game of futility. Any activity that you do or anybody does but does not result to a product, there's no value in it. It's a fruitless, useless, non-existing activity. So value adding is productivity. Let me keep it that way.
I was just thinking as you were responding to that question, because also there are a lot of activities in Nigeria, in Africa, as it were, but it's not leading to actually the result that we want. But of course, you also made mention of efficiency, something like that. So I wanted you to help me clarify that even further, whether, because you can also waste your time, just be busy for something, but the question is that what you are busy on, how does it lead to solution to what you want, because you need a result at the end of the day, and you need a result maybe much faster than just be busy, so how much different does that mean, whether your result become efficient at the end of the day, or that you are just busy doing something? Because in Africa, it's not like people are sleeping.
So the new productivity. I wrote a book. And that book I titled it "The 21 Lies of Productivity." People have been lied to in Africa what productivity is. So they are still in the old model productivity, and that's why you see so much activity, so much sweat, yet little or no result. So if you don't know the new dynamics of productivity, you will think that everything is about activity or action. Activity does not equal productivity. Write it down. Being active, being on motion, being on the road does not guarantee productivity. And I'll give you one of the lies of productivity. One of the lies of productivity is hard work. In Africa, we believe hard work. When you are hardworking, you are productive. No. The new productivity is smart work. Smart work. One of the old productivity is sweat. When you sweat, Africa believes when you sweat, that means you are doing something. Oh, I can see you working. Well done. But today you don't need to sweat. You might be inside AC and be making billions in dollars, where somebody is inside the sun in Ojuelegba, pushing the truck or pushing the cart, and is sweating, and all the body is full of sweat, soaked with sweat, whereas it's collecting probably 1,000 naira. Where somebody in New York, in America, or in UK, or in UAE is just pressing the laptop, punching something, and then is raking millions or billions of dollars in. So you see, activity, sweat does not equal productivity. It is much more than that. So let me just give you if you need a copy of the book, our people should send to me. I'll send to them at the discount rates.
Thank you for that. All right, now it means that it's not just about the be busy. It's also how do you organize your time, no? Because I think organization at the end of the day is going to count so much here. I don't know if that can be right, no? The organization of your effort, not just that you are busy, like you said, no, but also how do you organize your time? You can also be busy, like you said, in the jewel bar, whereas somebody, it can even be in Nigeria, that is somewhere pressing the button, can get better result than you. So it's about being smart, as it were, no? It is being smart in your productivity. And how much is information, formation, and orientation important?
Yeah, information is key. Information leads to transformation. And those who lack information will end up deformed. So if you are informed, you'll be transformed. If you lack information, you'll be deformed because you're just there. And when you are not upgrading yourself, you are going down. I mean, there's no, I'm just there. No. If you are not getting better, you'll be getting worse or getting bad. So information is key. So there's different kind of information. Information about yourself, information about the industry, information about the department you work, information about your organization, information about the global world, information everywhere. And today it's easier because checking Google or Bing or checking a search engine, you will find many information everywhere. We have moved from information world or phase. We have moved to innovation phase. What do you do with information? Because there are information, everything I'm telling you, you can Google it. You can Google productivity. But you know what? What I'm sharing with you is me having so much information, and I've turned it around as a product that I'm selling to the world. Productivity is a common word, but if you come to me, I will train you on different things that you are not thinking about when you're thinking productivity. That is mixing information together. So much more than information, the mixing, the mixture, and the calibration of the information to become innovative or to become a new idea. That is the new productivity.
That is really very interesting. In that, nothing really is new. No, the information we are talking about is there. It's there for everybody, whether you are in US, Canada, in UK, or in Nigeria. Because the moment you tap into this almighty internet, you are able to access not all the information. We also know that because there are some information that are restricted, or at least to the information that you need, you cannot even finish to tap into all of it because it's just too much. No, I think that is what they even call the information overload. No, because it's not too much almost. So, but what do you do with that information? I think you have even posed the question also. But now, I'm more interested in whether where you are, the environment you are in, can influence how you are able to manage that information. Because it's not just that the information is in front of you. Your ability to take that information and repackage it so that some other person can have a value of it from it is a simple one, but not really as simple as you might think. So tell me more about that. Because if it were simple as it really appeared, it could mean that, okay, it doesn't matter. Anybody can do something about it. But we can see many people are not doing something about it. What is missing?
They don't know. They don't know. The missing link is they don't know. Do you know there are some jobs you can do in the comfort of your home and you can make $10,000 per month? They don't know. Yet some are in America here, they don't know. Do you know that in Africa you can become an outsourced person to do graphics, to do website, there are a lot of skills that you can have in Africa and they'll be paying you $1. People don't know. They don't know. Do you know that some companies in America, they get cheap labor in India? Well, Indians are the one making calls for them, getting customers to pay or getting, call centers and that in India. People don't know. They don't know. Do you know that there are things you can do? Do you know you can become like Apple or Microsoft, some of these IT companies, they are looking for who can help to solve problems when customer calls. They're looking for customer advisors. They will train you in your house. They will install laptop, install internet there for you, and then you'll be making money by advising customer. They don't know. What you don't know, you don't know. Do you know that you can have a YouTube channel, just be talking every day, sharing your thoughts every day? Do you know it can be a source of income, big income for you? They don't know. Do you know that your Instagram Instagram, if you have a big follower on Instagram and then you are having video, do you know the Instagram can begin to pay you for putting advert on your video? They don't know. They don't know. Do you know you can have a group on Facebook and that group can be as big as a country, as big as a state, and you can be controlling it with your products, and they don't know. They don't know. So what you don't know, you don't know. So it's there, but you don't know. What will you do? You don't know. So that's it.
All right. You don't know. Now, this day, I want to believe that we are referring to largely the Africans in Nigeria because that is, of course, our demography.
No,
In that,
no. Let's not
okay,
correct.
okay, please go.
There are white men here who have not traveled out of their state in their life. There are white men who do not have email. So don't just bullshit Africans, no. Who are just setting up email at 2016. So don't just, there are people in Canada who have not traveled out of their zone. So it is not about, but we are more in an exposed environment here in the US, okay? People know, and people say, okay, because the information. But I tell you, there are people who only know their work. They just know how to go to work, pay their bills, probably go to church on Sunday or go to club or whatever on Saturday, whatever, back to work. They're like that. I tell you, even in the US, not everybody knows. Knowledge is free, but it's not free.
Okay, fine. Now, Remi, when we started to talk about productivity just now, we decided to concentrate on result, also based on your explanation, no? Which means that it is not just that you are busy that we are really interested in, it's the result, no? A good example can be maybe you look at the Nigerian situation, maybe you might ask a question like, why are many Nigerians going away from the country? You might say maybe because they are ignorant, they don't know. That is why. Because yes, all the information is available to everyone. Because in Nigeria, there is also Google. In South Africa, there is Google. In India, there is Google. In the United States, there is Google. But you and I know that what you can do with this information that you can call free in Nigeria, in Kenya, is different from what you can do if you are in China, if you are in US or in Canada. Does that sound like it make any sense, or I'm just making it up?
You see, I hate referring to Africa and say here exposed, that is not exposed. I came from Africa. I became known from Africa. I started productivity from Africa. I didn't go to any school outside Africa, probably until now. You know what? This thing, number one, is a mindset. People travel, but if you don't know, even if you travel and you come here, you will not know. If you don't have value in Africa, if you enter any part of the world, the same value you don't have will show up. Yeah, there's a good environment, there's good opportunity, probably there could be more jobs, there could be more opportunities, yes. But you know what? It is that mindset that you brought from home that you bring here. That is it. If you are somebody who think like a slave, who does not have the mentality that I have something, that I carry something for the world, I carry a solution for the world, that what I have, I'm not a second citizen in what I have. What I have, the world is looking for it. That person will come and you will go down. You will not hear about the person again. Why? Because the system will swallow you up, will choke you up, because they can't even express your voice. So I think it's a mindset thing. There are people who have traveled from Africa to other parts of the world, and they're doing well. Why? Because the ideas they have in Africa, they bring it down in a working environment. The idea starts, to move to the next level. But this place cannot give you ideas, so to say. cannot provoke idea except you have something inside of you that will come out of you. If you are fearful, if you come to this place, you will have more fears. If you are a lazy person, if you come to this place, if not because of bill, you will become more lazy. Because there's a bit of comfort here. But in Africa, you have to wake up, you have to do this, you have to do that. Of course, when you just put 20% of your efforts from Africa in this place with system working, you will succeed. Good. But you see, much more than just eating and wearing clothes. Let Africa wake up once and become a global champion. That we are. That's my perspective.
All right. Thank you for that, Remi. You see, I think the issue is not just one solution fits all. There are a lot of things relating to this particular argument we are talking about today, this productivity, or if you like, the result that we want, the result-oriented productivity as it were, in that you were talking of talking of not really orientation, you're talking of mindset, and then you also talk of the system, if the system is not well structured, you can struggle and struggle and struggle. Sometimes it might be very difficult for you. It doesn't mean that you will not succeed. You might succeed, but the percentage of the people that will succeed within a system will be very low compared to a system that is relatively free and empowering to the people. And talking of the orientation, it is true that there are some people who have come from a family that have already predefined mindset, orientation that help you to develop. Or maybe you as an individual, based on the circumstances around you, you might find a way to sort of survive in this big machine, this society. But there are some systems that it will help you, even if you do not have this, but based on the environment that you live around, you can find it more easier to survive than maybe if you were to live in a society where everything is times two harder. Now, I'll give you an instance. I think this should be the book that was written by Napoleon Hill, where he made mention of the environment. He called it mass psychology, in that the environment you live in have a way of influencing you. So there is no way denying that. That if you live in a place where people are shouting all the time, okay, maybe you might not be shouting all the time, no? But if you continue to live in that environment, you will soon adapt to it. Because you live there, you are going to be talking like the way the people are talking. If that is correct, if we agree that that is a possibility or that is a reality, then the society have a way of influencing. So the question I want to ask you, Remi, is, from your understanding, because you have spoken in different parts of the world, do you see the same result from the same effort people put in to be the same everywhere? Or do you see some differences, say in Nigeria, in US where you are? Let me just use those two as an example. Say you are putting the same effort in Nigeria, you are putting the same effort in US. Do you seem to be getting the same result?
Right. I understand the power of environment, and I will not deny the environment can increase, can stimulate, can provoke productivity, right? But what are you bringing to that environment? That's my question. What mindset? Because there are people in this same environment who are also struggling. Do you know that? Driving today, I saw some guys asking I saw beggars on the street of US. In fact, those beggars, they might also have, green card or have citizenship of America. Of course, you can say, they are misusing, they are drug addicts. But the point is, if you enter an environment and you don't know what to do to activate positive productivity, you will use it against yourself. Environment is wonderful. I mean, here I have the internet, 24 hours. I might not have that in Nigeria. If you have that in Nigeria, you're going to pay for it. Of course, I paid for it. Okay, I have light 24 hours. If you want to have it in Nigeria, you pay for it. I mean, some of those things we pay for are normal here. Good. But you see, despite those challenges, few people still made it. I use the word made or make it in that environment. And what does making means? Making does not mean money. It might be provoking you to come up with an idea. This idea of productivity, I didn't pick it on the street. It came in the midst of fire, in the midst of pleasure. So sometimes, let me warn, pressure is good. Pain is good because it will provoke you to come up with a solution or with something. Now, you might not have the right environment to now project it to succeed, quote and unquote. Then you can ask, okay, if I travel to other parts of the country, other parts of the world who appreciate this product, then this product can now go global. So what I'm saying is your environment or the environment that box people up can also be an environment that will bring people out. Yet, when they get to a new environment, they only amplify what is inside of them. What is inside of you come out alive. Because now you have internet in 4 hours. What are you browsing? That does not mean everybody in developed what is they are browsing Coursera or browsing courses that they are doing courses. No, that does not mean that everybody with the internet they are studying. No. So I am saying that what you have inside of you is what the internet will bring out. What you have inside of you is what the system will help you to project. So the system is not bad and it's not good. It is you who bring a content into the system that makes you profitable with your idea or no idea. Let me keep it that way.
Yeah, that is very interesting. That is very interesting, Remi. I agree with you 100%. It is true that the system is neutral. It's like having light. Light is neutral. It is not really okay. I'm talking of the electric current, not the light bulb. The electric current itself is neutral. It can, if you apply it wrongly, it can kill you. But if you apply it correctly, it can save you. So it is not the light itself. It's like taking a gun. It is not the gun that kill people. It is people that kill people. Because if you don't have a gun to kill somebody, you can take a knife to kill somebody if really you are a killer. So it is not the gun that we need to ban. It is the idea that people have about killing people that we need to work on. I get that. All right, now, how do we even go about this idea thing, this mindset? Because like you correctly said, which I agree with, it is your mindset that really changes things at the end of the day, even though, like we have just addressed, the society does have a very important role to play as to how the mass psychology affects you, because it does affect you whether you like it or not. But irrespective of that, that is also the part that you are in control of, because you don't control the mass psychology like Napoleon Hill will say in his book, Think and Grow Rich. But your aspect of it, your little universe, you are in control of it. And for you to be in control of it, you need to have been prepared somehow. Either you prepare yourself or somebody or the system prepare you. So how do we go about that preparation, that growth mindset, that mindset that sort of help you understand the value that we have in you? Because all of us have enormous potential, but many of us will die without realizing that we do. How do we begin to learn? How do we begin to understand that we have this potential that we are carrying along? Whether you are in Agege, you are in Ogun State, you are in Lagos, you are in New York, or you are in maybe in Saudi Arabia. How do we do that?
All right. So the same rule and the same law for mindset is the 3 windows to your life, the 3 windows to your mind. Those 3 windows, if you can take care of those 3 windows, you can always change your mindset and prepare yourself well. And this cut across anywhere in the world, anywhere in the world. The first window is your eyes. what do you see? What do you permit your eyes to see? What you see constantly, you become. What you see constantly, you imagine, you see, you imagine, you see, is getting to your mind, and your mind is snapping it. Your mind is snapping it, and it's becoming your reality. Therefore, be careful of what you see constantly, or position your eyes to see what you want to be seeing. When others are seeing something else, be seeing something else. Number two, what you hear constantly in your ears. When you hear those things and you permit those things to enter into your mind, it is setting a mind. That's called mindset, setting your mind. Therefore, be careful of what kind of things you hear, because what you hear is what is settled. Words are like seed. They go into your mind and they become a tree, and it becomes, that's a mindset. So begin to select what you want to go into your ear. Courses, program, events, what you see, what you hear, people you listen to. Be careful. Mentors, pastors, imams. Who do you listen to? Who do you hear all the time? It's creating a mindset. What do you see all the time? The kind of movie you watch, the kind of things you read, the kind of things, you see on the internet, you kind of see over and over and over. You are forming a mindset. On Facebook, people share a lot of stuff with me on Facebook. I don't open it. I don't open it because I don't want my mind to be corrupted by what I see. There are some things on social media, I don't go there. I don't want to see it. If you see it, it should be sealed inside of you. It's becoming a mindset. Oh, that's how that thing happened. That's how it happened. I even saw it yesterday. I saw it on the TV. Oh, I saw it you already created the mindset. Oh, that's how it is. I had it. They told me. Yeah, my cousin told me. My brother told me. My mom even told me. Everybody told me. Mindset. The last one is your mouth. What you say constantly with your mouth is becoming a mindset. And that's the power of self-talk. You must be able to talk to yourself. Charge yourself up. I'm more than this. I'm a global champion. I carry something. I am not a servant. I carry a solution. The world is looking for me. There's something inside of me. If you keep telling yourself that, no matter the economy of Africa, no matter the economy of Nigeria, I'm going higher. There's something inside of me. Others are saying there's going down. No, I'm saying there's lifting up. I'm going somewhere. There's something about me. I am peculiar. I'm not part of the masses. I'm a strange person. I have a different mindset. I have a different, as you constantly say these things, it's also marking, it's registering something. So what you see constantly, what you hear constantly, what you say constantly, mind is set. Be careful of the books you read. Be careful of the movies you watch. Be careful of the churches you go or mosques you go. Be careful of who is talking to you. Be careful what you also tell yourself when others are talking. What do you tell yourself? Mindset. That's how mind is. And when mind is set, it's very difficult to unset it. How do you unset it? Reset what you see. Reset what you hear. Reset what you say to yourself. Then you can reset mindset.
There are many dimensions to it, no? But this one is really very important. It's outstanding, no? That this is a society where people will become beggars. Because like you just said, there are beggars in the US. I live in Italy. There are a lot of beggars around here too. If you go to Germany, there are a lot of beggars too. And this includes, a very small percentage of the indigenous and a lot of foreigners, of course. Because I want to pay attention to our demography, which is the African diaspora and the Africans, there are a lot of African beggars all across. In Nigeria, in other parts of Africa, there are a lot of African beggars there, but there are also a lot of millionaire Africans in their home, which means like Wallace Watto, he wrote the book in 1910, The Science of Getting Rich.
Okay.
That except maybe you go to the mountain or you go to the desert where you don't see people, you can make it if there are people to deal with. It's all about dealing with people. And especially when you're looking at the economy that we have today. Because just now, anyway, a few short, we'll talk about your business, which is the coaching, Because coaching is an intangible activity. No, it's something that you don't really see. It's something that is even completely new to us. Before we buy product, you just go there and pay for the product, you take it home. But now, this service that we are using, which is Zoom, if I also made mention of it before, you don't see really the product as it were, but you can have the experience, So this also is a product. And this is dealing with people, the relating with people. So if you can have people to relate with, you can survive in business somehow. How come that a lot of people get different results from it at the end of the day? I don't know if you want to say something to that.
There are different dimensions to what I've mentioned, but I cannot finish all. It's a full training. Time management is good, but it's much more than time management. There's something superior to time management. It's called life management. Many people know how to manage time, but they cannot manage their life. If you know how to, if you can master your life, you can manage your life, and that's emotion, physical body, the way you feel, your mind, and all that, your family, and all that. If you can if you can manage your life, then time management becomes profitable. Okay, if you have problem at home, you have issues at home, emotionally you are not stable. When you get to the office, to affect the time management, you cannot deliver in time when your life is not managed. I don't want to go deeper there because it's very complex. But I'm saying that life management is superior to time management. But let's cascade. Let's come back to time management. In time management, there's something called prioritization. What the rich will do and the poor will not do is the rich will prioritize. What I want to do is it urgent and important. They give attention to urgent and important things. The next one is this thing is not urgent, but it's very important. They spend their time there. So they spend time more on urgent and important, urgent and important, urgent and important. But when they have leisure, they also spend time on not important, not urgent, probably family things or stuff. Then not urgent, not important, not useful. Probably when you're in the flight. What do? Probably when you're traveling. This time now, I don't have anything important. I don't have anything pressing. You know what they do? They invest it. They read books. They type. They bring out their books. They use every time. They know how to move between the quadrant of time. It's called the time management quadrant. Urgent and important, right? Not important, not urgent, and then mere time or free time. So you must be able to know. But the poor will spend time more on they will spend more time on mere time. Hey, Alpha, I just may I highlight you. How you doing? I just look at you. How you doing? Oh God, how you doing? I know the call person. Now, wow. So a poor man will waste time on that, and he will leave important things. He will leave urgent things, and he will leave things that can change his or her life. He will leave it one side. A poor man inside flights, instead of to read books or to think of something, that he will just be talking, chatting, or pressing phone. So the difference between a poor and a rich man is time, is how they use their time, because we also have the same time. How are you using your time?
And that also leads to why the rich will always get richer and the poor getting poorer.
As it?
Because what you put in is what comes out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's investment. All right. And I'm happy that there are people out there, coaches that are beginning to develop in Nigeria and in other parts of Africa. We're beginning to understand that the economy is gradually being configured differently, which means that wherever you are, you really can make a contribution to your life, because it's not about life, about you. No longer about the big company that you want to work for. If you don't have anything to offer, that is nothing for you. All right, now, Remi. So you started this journey, of course, from our understanding here from the podcast, the episode today. You started this journey trying to prefer a solution to the society where you live in, Nigeria. You are from Ogun State. You look at what is around you. You have gone to different parts of Nigeria. You see what is available. You see what is missing. You are trying to prefer a solution in your own way. So now you tell me, how do you engage with people and what do you prefer to their as solution?
There's no one jacket solution. I can only mention for few. One of our challenges in Africa and Nigeria is leadership. A country cannot be better than the leaders. So if you have a leadership problem, it's a problem that only the electorate can change. And the bad news is leaders comes from followership. Therefore, there are also bad followership. So the future of the country is in a risk. The followers are corrupt, the leaders are corrupt. The leaders comes out from the followers. Therefore, the rottenness of the society is a reflection of the leaders, or the leaders are the reflection of society. So there's a problem. Number two, trust. So because of corruption, because of a lot of thieves around the places, nobody is trusting one another again, and that is making the economy very hard. Very hard. In the developed country, there are a level of trust. I order food, they deliver to me. I pay, I know they will deliver because they cannot run away. I order this or I do this, oh, come and pick this television, come and pick this house, pay later. Why? Because I know you can't run away. Come and pick this car, pay later. Trust. So anytime you remove trust from a country, the country will suffer to make it, because trust is a capital. Trust, you can start a business on trust. You can start a business on credit of trust. But why? We have lost credibility. Many people have lost trust. So it's making the economy very hard, to flow. All right. The third one is, I think those are the third one is environment. So talking about power, light, talking about the internet, talking about good road. Those infrastructures, if they are not taken care of, there cannot be progress. Where I am, internet is like this. That's why we are doing this. Internet is like this. It is a major factor of economic growth. The government must know that. Road, you want to move from one place to another, how can you move goods from the farm to town? How can you move things? Then security, killings, bandits. Well, I cannot continue because there's so many things. But I just want to mention for a few: corruption, trust, security, insecurity, environment or infrastructure are key things that need the government, that I think needs to be put in place for us to have maximum productivity of people in that area.
Thank you, Remi. That is good. All this one are affecting the country. And this is also what we discussed before, that this environment affect us. It does affect us, whether we admit it or not at the end of the day. Because if you put all this together as elements that are working against you in a society, and you live in a different society where you don't have those impediments, and you are competing with the people in that society, you can't tell me that there are no difference in the result at the end of the day. There are going to be differences. So, we are not talking about politics today. We are not. In this podcast, we do talk about politics, and we can really be very hot on that. But today, we are not. Sometime, I think it was Buhari who said that Nigerian people are lazy when they are running away from the country. That is a different ball game altogether. All right, now, Remi, you have listed some of these problems. Good, they are there. What do you do? What do you do as a solution to them in your coaching? In what area are you attacking to get the solution?
I've said that I have an institution in Nigeria called the Institute of Productivity and Business Innovation Management. That is a school I established, started like a school of productivity 2007. and became an institute in 2016. That's my first contribution. I go to school, from school to school. I train young minds on productivity, the new mindset. I've given out my books to so many people. I do that on social media every day. I post something concerning productivity, concerning innovation. I mean, all social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, Twitter. I do it every day. I mean, I have people that I mentor. I talk to state governments. I did work for your state government one time like that. Train all the PAM secretary, all the directors. I train them on productivity and and the right attitude in the workplace. Okay, I've trained many organizations, private organizations in Nigeria. I've done so much training. I mean, in schools everywhere, universities, colleges, even secondary schools, churches, everywhere. So keep changing, people by sharing the new thoughts. Now, I've been doing that. I'm still doing it, and that one of the things I'm doing is what this program now is an evidence of what I'm still doing, trying to tell people about the new productivity and why Africans need to wake up to the new phase of development.
All right. Now, the people that come to your school of productivity, do they need to have certain qualification? And at the end of the program with you, what do they get? Is something in terms of concrete something that they need to get from you?
Of course, it's no more a school. It's not like a school. It is now Institute of Productivity and Business Innovation Management. So it is no more a school. It's like an institute. I mean, a lot of people are there and are still joining. And one of the certifications that we have is called the Innovation and Productivity Practitioners. We have the IPP, Innovation and Productivity Practitioner. People who get this certification can practice in any organization, adding value to the innovation dimension, productivity dimension of the organization. So, I mean, there are many certified people. And then for School of Productivity, there are many of our students all over the world today doing awesomely well. You can find them out. So, I mean, and you don't need to have anything, but then probably know how to read and write. Probably your first, probably, I don't know, many people that have been there, probably have their first degree or have Polytechnic and all that. But the point is just that, just be ready for a change, and then you connect with our net and our community, and then you're part of the change, and we are changing the world one person at a time.
Yeah, it can only be done one person at a time because putting everybody together at a blow is going to be much challenging. Just like the way you eat elephant. I think African saying has it that you need to eat it one bite at a time, or one bit at a time, as it were. All right, that is fine. I also understand that you deal on workplace productivity. But that is going to be very important. If you are talking of productivity in a general sense, then workplace is also very important. So what do you do within the area of workplace productivity? What is your gospel in those areas? Let me use your word.
Yeah, I mean, just like I've said, I train, and I train most primarily on what is called the KSA. The KSA is appropriate skill, K, knowledge, A, attitude. If you can find the right KSA for any organization, productivity will go up. K, knowledge, S, skill, A, attitude. So right knowledge, right skills, and the right attitude in the workplace, then you can find. So I mean, I do that all over the workplace. I do that. Training and coaching them.
All right, we're moving towards the end of it. Of course, we are going to touch your book. Before I go there for you to say something, when you go around to teach people to take around your gospel of productivity, what do people complain to you about? Say maybe, for example, you are consulting for a business in Lagos who have maybe like, I don't know, 10, 15 employee. And this person want a better result for the business. This person, of course, this business owner will, of course, tell you a problem that they have, because if they don't have any problem, they don't need you there. So on an average, what kind of problem do you see people to be having in Nigerian workplaces that need fixing?
So there are a lot of problems, and we cannot talk about all the problems. If I just mention one or two, the employees are complaining that the orgas or their employers are not taking care of them. They are not well paid. The employers are saying the employees are lazy, they are not giving them the best. The employees are saying, oh, they are not getting the best out of their employers. The employers are saying the employees are not giving the best. So there's always this tussle here and there. But what I would say is employers of labor must value their employees. They must take care of their health, take care of their, emotions, take care of them and make them happy. Then in return, you will see your employees giving you maximum productivity because they will now be so excited to be part of the vision, right? For the employees, they must also know there's a part to be played. You cannot just go to office and say because you go to office, they should pay you salary. Being at work does not mean you are working. Somebody can be at work and it's not working. You can just be pressing laptop or be using the office internet to do other stuff, to check the Facebook status. I'll be sending WhatsApp messages to your friends. So when you are at work, you must work. Not that you are at place of work, not working. And today's new work, you don't need to be at work place to work. You can be at anywhere in the world. All you need is internet, laptop, or phone, smartphone. You are working. So the dynamics of work has changed. Both the employers of labor must learn, and the employees must also learn the new dynamics of work so that there will not be conflict all the time. Value given by the employer, value received by the employee. Value given by the employee, value received by the employer. Value. It always change the level of the organizational productivity.
At the end of the day, of course, we understand that the problem is big. It's not something that we can solve with just a click like this, no? The problem that we have in Nigeria, in Africa, is a big one, no? Yeah, that is true. Okay, now let's say we are concentrating on the small businesses or the individual who should really understand that they themselves are the business, because that is the world we are living in today, in that we are in a service-based economy, which means, like you said, you can actually be in your home and begin to consult for a company that is in Canada, or a company that is in UK, or a company that is within Nigeria. It doesn't have to be outside. But this time, you are not on salary. You are doing a specific thing for this specific company, and you can do the same thing for a lot of companies, which allow you to make more money. Example can be creating content in the area where we are, for example. So for this individual who are now businesses, what challenges do you think they have? Say maybe somebody want to set up a business in Lagos or in Abuja or in Kaduna or in Benin City, for example. What challenges do you see them to be having? This time they're not working for people. They are working for themselves, but working with people and companies.
I think the first thing is internet. Internet is key. Some of the internet that we have, over there, it's not as effective. But I know that many companies who are now going to internet in Nigeria, they're trying to make things happen. But sometimes you use the internet and then it's already, rolling, off, cuts. And there's another thing is electricity. If you're aware there's no electricity, you have to buy gen. You have to, get, fuel. You have to fuel it. You have to, a lot of pressure. Water. Talking about water, you have to provide your own water. Provide your own road, provide your own light, provide your own. It's just like that. So it's endless. Let's just take it one step after the other. But I think courage is key. In the midst of all this, some are still excelling. Courage to excel, despite and in spite, is very important.
Okay, now Remi, tell me about your book. Okay, we're not going to have time to talk much about it. Maybe next time we can do that. But just a kind of a brief intro into your book. How can people find it? Please go ahead.
Okay, so the book is called The 21 Lies of Productivity, where I shared the old dynamics, the old dimension of productivity that we are used to, the old paradigm of productivity, now sharing with us a new paradigm of productivity. All right. So for anybody who's interested can just send me, mail because it was put out from the net and then it's going to be put on another platform and it's not there yet now. But I will just, anybody who's interested should send you a message just drop their email here. I will always contact and then get across to them. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now we've talked about different things in terms of productivity and in terms also of what we do in Nigeria, and also the Nigerian system. It's a complex one. There is no need denying that, and that is affecting the productivity that we have in the country, and also the way that people work. And of course, we did make mention of the fact that despite all that is happening in the country, if you are serious, if you are hardworking, you can still get a different result from what is the general result of everybody. Now, so the problem that you have listed that a lot of Nigerian workers or the individual are facing, from bad road to inefficient internet to and to the light problem, I want to see, what do you see as a solution to this problem? I'm just like thinking, what do you, in your reflection, what can be the solution to this problem for somebody who want to do business?
Provide for yourself. Provide your light, provide your internet, get the best one for yourself. It's a capitalist, country. You have to survive and have the heart to go on. Provide your own light, get fuel. I've said it, get fuel your gen. That's how people have been surviving. Get your best internet so you can pay for and survive. Get the lights, survive. Get the create a borehole in your backyard, survive. That's how we've survived. So there's no, if the government cannot do it, you do it for yourself. If you're waiting for government, you wait forever. So that's why I want people to hold their destiny by their hands by providing, what they, or sometimes you can also partner. You can partner with other people in the same area. Okay, this our complex plaza. We'll put money together, buy our own buy our own this thing. But it could be a communal thing. It works, but it has to be your responsibility. Don't wait for government if you want to really succeed, because the government might not be responsible as we thought.
That is the reality, and it's quite harsh, to somebody who want to go to a business. No, thank you very much, Remi. It has been a pleasure talking with you.
Pleasure is mine.
If you enjoy this podcast, make sure you subscribe so you never miss any of our future episodes. Rate and review Obehi podcast and share with your friends who might need it. I remain Obehi A14. Thank you so much for listening, and talk to you in the next episode.